Greetings, everybody. How are you doing? I am the Starving Martian, and today we're taking a look at Mars Attacks, issue number 7 from Topps Comics. Now, this would turn out to be the final regular issue of the Topps run of Mars Attacks comics. There would be other one-shots and mini-series to come, which we will eventually get to, but as far as the regular issues go, this is it. This is the final issue, although it's not celebrated as such. I don't know if they thought it was going to end here or not, but we're not giving a clear ending at the end of it all, so I imagine they didn't. But here we have issue number 7, and we're told a couple things right off the bat. We're introduced to Colleen McKay's Martian Makeover. And this is a major spoiler because this image here, which I happen to like very much for, well, let's just say a couple of reasons, this is the second to last image in the comic. And so, yeah, they weren't exactly playing their cards close to their vest here. But, so yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler, but it's a really nice image and probably sold a bunch of issues to kids who never read Mars Attacks before, but just looked at this cover and said, I gotta have that one, and I gotta keep it somewhere where Mom can't see that I own it. We're also told up here that we will find Earth's first dysfunctional superheroes, which is a lie. As far as I can tell, the Fantastic Four were Earth's first dysfunctional superheroes. These guys don't even come close, but they are dysfunctional. I would somewhat argue the term superhero, but you're supposed to. Anyhow, so let's get down to the action. Let's dive right in now. First thing you'll notice is a huge previously in Mars Attacks, which gets you all caught up. And we're told here that this is the rescue of Janice Brown Part 2 and the death of the Tiger Team. And that's the other reason I decided to go ahead and show the cover right off the bat, even though it is a spoiler, because, you know, they give us a second spoiler before we even hit page 1. Yes, this is indeed the death of the Tiger Team. We were introduced to them last time around. They suck. We're not going to shed any tears over them. Alright, so we start off with the Tiger Team practicing against a bunch of Martian dummies who, for some reason, have steel needle teeth on spring jaws. Why you need to do that, I don't know. Here, let me bring the camera over here a second. Because I'm going to do you guys a favor. Cover up an image you really don't want to see. Alright, here we go. So, so they blow up these dummies. One of them chucks a Martian head. See, there's the dummy Martian head. He gives a good toss. Over here we have Audrey, the lady whose outfit has rocket mortar breasts. Yeah, that's kind of comic this has turned into. We see she's got them in several styles, none of which I would let my daughter wear. Of course, I wouldn't let her wear anything rocket-powered, but oh, whatevs. And then we hear some screaming because the Martian head has somehow bitten the rear end of Gordon, their driver, and so they rip it off of Gordon, revealing his rather flabby backside in a thong with Martian bite marks on it now. And yeah, I've covered that up for you. You do not need to see that. Nobody wanted to see that. I can't imagine the illustrator really wanted to draw it. So, you can thank me for that later. In fact, thank me in the comments right now. Pause the video, go down, and say thank you for not showing me flabby butt. Alright, now, so you see they're getting ready for their next mission. And we get back to Cannibal Ann and her sister Janice Brown and Woody Brown, who we've come to rescue. Well, we haven't come to rescue Woody. We came to rescue Janice. She's right there. Mom in a jar. That's her new name. And so they're going to escape when they get confronted by a Martian who instructs her to state her purpose. which she does with brutal honesty. I'm here to seduce you and kill you and eat your brain because I hunger. And after that's done, we'll use this communication station to create a series of diversions involving the military and security forces stationed here. At the height of the chaos, my sister, my nephew, and I will escape. There's nothing you can do to stop me. I love that brutal honesty. I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp stole that for Jack Sparrow in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying it right now. Johnny Depp read Mars Attacks issue number 7, stole Cannibal Ann's dialogue, and altered it for Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going on record. Oh, by the way, that's how you say Martian in Martian. If anybody can pronounce that, let me know. Anyway, this Martian is hugely turned on by the fact that she can say Martian in Martian. And even though she's just said she's going to eat his brain, when she invites him to ravish her, he gives her his tongue. Anybody here ever wondered how long a Martian's tongue was? No? Me either, but now we know. It's pretty darn long. I don't know how they keep it in there. I don't know how they talk without constantly biting their own tongue off. Maybe they don't. Maybe their tongues regrow. I don't know. Anywho, so she chomps into his tongue and I guess slurps him down like spaghetti and eats his head. Which is apparently quite delicious and refreshing. But we've seen people eating Martian brains for the past like 4 issues, so it's not really a surprise. Anyway, they hook her into the system where she's going to set off alarms and create a diversion so they can escape. Unfortunately, she sets off these alarms just when the Tiger Team is infiltrating. See, the Tiger Team, their mission is to rescue all the children being experimented on and mutated in the detention center here. So there's a complete lockdown. They're stuck in some elevators. Gordon starts panicking, and the Martian Death Squad appears. I do like this guy's flight mask. That's pretty cool. I don't think we ever got a card with the Martian with that kind of equipment on, but I do like that look. So there's some saucers, which I do like the design of these saucers, by the way. They look a little bit more like traditional UFOs, except in red. And, yeah, the Tiger Team is almost immediately destroyed. There's their corpses. That's why I told you last week I wasn't going to bother memorizing their names because they really, really don't matter. So Cannibal Ann and Mom in a Jar make good on their escape. Mom in a Jar says that she set the self-destruct sequence for 5 minutes. Unfortunately, 5 minutes turns out to be 5 seconds. And they barely escape with their lives. Things start going haywire all over the place in the Martian compound. There's a gas line explosion, which destroys the human heads on these Saddam eyes. They're the giant robot ants with human heads on them. The human heads offer some sort of control. And now that the human heads are like burning zombie craniums, I mean, yeah. Burning zombie heads on robot laser firing ants only in Mars Attacks, my friends. And so they're going haywire and destroying the Martians. We cut to Russia, where the Martian main base is. And we catch up on Colleen McKay. She's been the one character we've been following since the very first issue of the miniseries. Last time we saw her 2 issues ago, though, she had been upgraded to white card status, experimented on, to be offered as a gift. Komodath has eradicated all of his political adversaries, except Tellian PR, and so she's to be a gift to Tellian. And we find this one Martian here curious what she looks like, so he has to take a peek, but she grabs him. Check out her nails. Pulls him inside and eats his brains. That's just, I guess that's the only good tasting part of a Martian. She is a very messy eater. You get a little bit of an image of what her new look, but she's behind bars and covered with gore, and you can't really tell too much. She's at an angle. Like, reading the comic, I couldn't help but wonder how many breasts she had, because Cannibal Ann has 3. And I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing when like, the number one question on your mind is, I wonder how many breasts she has. This is just, yeah, that's where this comic brings you. So, back to Cannibal Ann and Mom in a Jar and Woody Brown. They continue their escape. They get picked up by this truck driver here. He's the baker we were introduced to last time around. His name is Amos, but he goes by Boffin T. Braggadocio. I don't know why. I think it's a Lord of the Rings reference. So we see again the corpses of Tiger Team. And they're trying to make their escape, but they get pulled over by the Martians. So he gives them, like, some pastries, and they clear him to go. One of them accidentally steps on this one lady's arm, firing off her breast mortars, because we have to see that one more time. They even make breast-shaped explosions in the sky. Really, what was going on in the background? What was going on behind the scenes at the creation of this comic? You gotta let these artists go home to their wives sometimes, guys. Alright, so now we get caught up on what's going on with the other Martians. Comodoth has this grand scheme involving a baseball game between Martians and Earthlings. That'll come to fruition a little bit later in a one-shot special. He demonstrates the strength of their power bat by knocking this one dude's head off. I don't get it. Because in the previous issue, he knocked some dude's head off with a regular bat, so why we need a power bat to do that, I don't know. Plus, knocking a dude's head off with a bat gets old very fast. They did it last issue. They did it this issue. They'll do it on the very cover of the baseball special. So, yeah, kind of a one-note joke that just gets told too many times, in my opinion. But, and, yeah, and on the previous page, Comodoth was informed that his gift is ready and is being delivered to Tellian PR. And so here's Colleen McKay and her Martian Makeover, which we already saw. She says, I know exactly what you like, exactly what you need. They said you would do this. They said I would like it. They were right. Now, they say I must reward you. That's my seductive lady voice. If it freaked you out, I apologize. And, yeah, we end on some screaming and a to be continued. And it will, kind of, sort of. Believe it or not, you're going to have to wait till Mars attacks the Savage Dragon for the resolution of this storyline. Yeah, I kid you not. So that's it. That's the ending of the final issue of Mars Attacks. It was a fun run. I very much enjoyed it. First time I sat down and read it, I wasn't so sure. The redesign of the Martians threw me off at first. But then I did get to like it, and just as I got to like it, they changed it. And then just as I got to like the change, they canceled the series. But such is life. So as I said, there are more one-shots and specials. There's a one-half issue from Wizard. There's the baseball special. There's a two-part Mars Attacks High School. And then there's also Mars Attacks Image and Mars Attacks the Savage Dragon. And we will eventually get to all of those. But not right away. I'm going to space things out a bit. I don't want to run out of material. I know you guys enjoy the Mars Attacks. So do I. And so we're just going to space things out, but I will have something special coming in the next week or two, though, that I think you guys will like very much. So until then, this has been the Starving Martian. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the top series, the highlights, the downsides, and we'll catch up with you later. And as I always say, keep watching the skies. Bye now.